Let's talk about love and marriage, the way that God intended. Life experience, here we share it. The No Fruit Podcast. Tune in from any platform. No Fruit Podcast will help your spirit transform.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Why are you looking at me like that?
It's just another day.
It's another day in your neighborhood.
Why are you so full of songs?
In your neighborhood.
No.
So, today's topic, would you like for me to be a little more direct? You want me to be a little more serious? What would you like for me to be today, Kyle?
I would like for you to be my loving husband.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
what I would like.
I mean, I like to do that every day.
I like it when you do it every day, too.
I try to be anyway. So, question for you.
You don't have to try.
No, sometimes I do have to try. Because some days, I just don't know. I don't know if I feel like being loving every day. Not necessarily to you, I don't feel like just being loving, period.
Okay.
Yeah. It all depends on what side of the bed I wake up on. And so, and that's a literal statement because she'll get up in the morning and then I may roll over onto her side of the bed. So, yeah, I don't always stay on my side. So, but anyway.
Question. Today's topic is?
I have a question for y'all.
For me?
I mean, for you, but, for our listeners. But ultimately, something we would like to talk about, which is how did we know we were meant to be together?
In the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we knew. That's how we knew.
In the beginning of what?
That's all it says. That's all that matters. In the beginning.
That's very...
Because that's the way you put it. You put like, hey, as soon as I saw her, I knew. So it was in the beginning.
Okay. So I don't know if it was like that. I don't think it was that cut and dry.
Oh, yes, it was. When I saw her face. Yes.
You talk about me singing. What about yourself?
That was my first song.
Yeah, but I mean, how you going to jump on the bandwagon?
Why not? You're on the bandwagon. So I'm going to jump on with you, baby.
So here's the day.
Here is the day.
I might not be in love.
Of course you are.
So.
Because I make you smile.
Mm-hmm. I got 1
He's
billion
smiling
songs
so bright right now. It's like.
Because I have 1,000 songs that popped up in my head that I just wanted to bust out and sing. I don't know what it is today that I just want to skip through the tulips.
He wants to serenade me, y'all.
I don't know if I want to serenade as much as I just want to skip through the tulips and the daffodils in the forest, or that's not in the forest, in the field.
I don't think I can even picture you skipping, period. Let alone through some flowers. With your allergies? Oh, goodness.
And then with some roses in my hands and just like, la 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 la, something like that.
No, I can't picture that.
So how, because of all this that we're going through, how did you know that we were meant to be together? How did you know? In all honesty.
In all honesty?
Okay, let's put on our serious face.
Why did it make that noise when you put the serious face on?
Because did you not see my hands too go over my face?
Yeah, but the face didn't change.
So because I couldn't make it, because it didn't want to do right.
I'm confused. You had the sound effects and the motion, but the face didn't change. When did I know? What's the question?
How?
How did I know?
How we knew we were meant to be together. Like
This episode is just the giggles.
Yeah,
giggling with chisms. That's what it is.
cackling with the Chisholms.
Oh,
What's
okay.
another chuckling with the Chisholms?
Chuckling with the Chisholms.
Yeah.
Chisholm chuckle. He had the cha-cha slide.
Yeah,
Now
right.
you can-
See, this is probably why we are together, because of this
Oh,
buffoonery.
goodness gracious. Everybody clap your hands.
Oh, gosh.
I can't. Oh, goodness.
So
So this is how our relationship started. We just, we're laughing. We laughed a lot
we laugh a lot.
in the
I
beginning.
don't laugh.
You don't
I don't laugh. I don't joke. I'm serious.
all the time.
Look at my face.
I can't see it. You're covering it up.
I know. I'm trying to hide it. I'm trying to hide it.
You're trying to hide the serious face, or you're trying to hide the fact that you can't present a serious face.
I could present a
Zero.
serious face.
With a smile upon it.
Yes.
Okay, and that's serious. No, that's like you just ate a lemon face.
I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm having facial problems today.
Mm-hmm.
My face does not want to coincide with my brain. My brain is saying, stop it. Let's be serious. We're trying to record a show.
We are recording the show, but
Yeah, I
the
guess so.
timer is going as if we were recording.
Yeah.
So go ahead. What's the question again? How do we
What
know?
is wrong with your brain? Like, you can't remember the question.
Because we've talked about something like this. I want to make sure I'm getting it right.
Oh, we have? We've talked about it on the air of how we knew we were meant to be together.
I think it was more so when. It was the previous time.
Oh, I mean, this one is
How?
How we knew we were meant to be together.
But I think I'm going to answer it the same way. So I'm trying to talk and kind of figure out a
Every time I
different.
say it that way, I just want to sing out in a singing or dancing song, and I don't know what it is.
Okay. Why don't you try to answer the question without singing? Without laughing. How is the question? You want me to do it in my Whitney?
Okay,
you want me to do it
so-
in my Whitney Houston voice?
So
How
see,
did you
here we
know?
go. Here we go. Here, see, there you go. There you go. So how we knew we were meant to be together? We didn't know. I mean,
For all those who have been listening at the edge of their seats, like, yeah, how they know? They've been together for like 20 or something years. How they know they would?
we didn't know.
We still don't know. No, we do.
Well, here's the reality.
Uh-oh.
The reality is, take it one day at a time, one smile at a time. One
laugh
bite at
and
a time.
chuckle at a time.
That's how we knew that we were meant to be together.
I think to get serious, I'm going to put on my serious face now. Without the sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was, as I've said before, knowing that I didn't want to be away from you. So when we would go out on dates and then you go back home, I'm like, oh, I miss him. I wish I could still be with him. And the telephone calls, because this is back in the day before cell phones and before FaceTime and before.
I mean, cell phones is still a phone, isn't it? So it would still be a telephone call, wouldn't it?
But I'm saying we didn't have cell phones like that.
To say
Maurice,
yes.
you don't go on punishment. But turn your microphone off. So before all of these things, so it was more difficult to make that type of connection. I'm sure it would have been different now if we would have had social media and FaceTime.
7 whole days.
You are crazy. Now I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it is today.
He's like mad breaking up over here. So yeah, I think knowing and having that feeling of not being with you and wanting to be with you is how I knew, like, hey, what's going on?
When I'm with you.
It's a mess.
That's the Tony Terry song.
The who?
I'm sorry, Tony Terry. I'm sorry. seriousness.
No, you're not. I was going to say something else and I forgot for another reason why of how I knew that we were meant to be. Oh, that's what it was. I think as we talked through, not right away, but I guess over the years, and we've talked, and we were like, "Hey, I used to live on this street." And you're like, "Really? I used to live on the same street at the corner." So it's just like but at different times. So it's just like our paths crossed or almost crossed so many times, and it wasn't until we were old and mature enough to recognize and see each other that our lives did actually cross. So I guess that's what it would be for me. I would say it's just that thought, like, hey, my family comes from this little teeny town in one of the Carolinas, and you were like, oh yeah, I heard of that. My family comes from just the other side of the tracks. And I was just like, okay, never heard of that. And then,
Well, that's because you said you would not go down to that particular.
I didn't say I didn't go.
No, I didn't say you did not. But you said you wouldn't. Like, you not like you seem as though like you just like, hey, I just want to be in a city. I don't want to be in the country. I don't want to be anything rural. Like your grandma said, like she don't want to go back
That was
down
my
there.
grandma. My mom didn't say I didn't want to. No, when we first got together and you said you wanted to live down there in the red clay.
Yeah.
I was just like, huh?
Right. There we go.
So it was just a question. I was just like, huh? Now, I would be a little more
acceptable.
Ready for it. But I think, when I was in my early 20s, I didn't know much about red clay and I didn't know how to drive. So I was going to be down in the country just standing there.
No, that's
eating.
not true. You knew how to drive. You just didn't have a license.
When you were talking about it?
Oh.
I didn't have it.
Yeah. I mean, you had a permit.
Oh, yeah, I guess that is.
Yeah, I mean, you had a permit for like 10 years.
But it wasn't,
anyway,
it wasn't legit anymore. It expired.
It had expired.
Expired.
Okay.
Yes. So anyway, I mean, and then going down there, I would have had to probably get something altogether new. So I love you, baby. All right. So how did you know that we were meant to? No.
I want you to use that English accent again. See here again, right? So y'all want to understand why we're giggling, right? It's just been that one of those type of days. I know a lot of times we go on this microphone and you're not 100% sure what state we're in.
You never know what you're going to get.
And today is just one of those happy-go-lucky days.
Because the Chisholms are like a box of chocolates. Just never know what you're going to get.
Most of the time you know what you're going to get. Most of the time. But
yes,
today is just one of those days where you hear the not so business-minded Chisholms today. We're a little more free today, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So how did I know? Or how did I know we were meant to be together? Well, you just answered my question. You said we was having a conversation, and you said, well, I grew up in West Philly. Well, I'm West Philly. Well, I knew this street. I know this street. You know how you little kid and you acted all Joe. You get what I mean?
But we was really, really Joe.
Yeah, we were. I mean, it just so happened that we.
And it didn't come up like in general conversation, y'all. Like it was just like
it was
so happenstance. No, it wasn't. Yeah, we weren't even doing 21 questions. It was just like, oh, I remember falling down the steps when I was like 5. And he was describing like all these steps. And I was like, well, where is his at? Because it's not any place that you've ever said you lived. And then he told me where it was. He was like, oh, in the Germantown area. And I was like, oh, I used to live in the Germantown area. And he was like, yeah, it was his house up off of, what street was it?
Chew and Washington Lane.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, I used to live around there. And he's like, yeah, near the Roosevelt High School. I was like, that was in my backyard.
Yeah, and I'm saying, hey, and when I fell, my dad went over here to the playground. And we sat over there. He's like,
and I was like, that's where I used to take my puppy dog. Like,
so I'm like, oh, so that's the poop that I said. Like, stupid stuff like that, right?
But he fell when he was what?
I wasn't. It was like 4 or 5. Something like that. I was young,
and I lived around there when I was in 3rd grade. So clearly
4, 5. So if I was 5, you was in 3rd grade.
Yeah, but that's not close. I'm older, but not that much older.
I mean, you would have been in 3rd grade at that time. Because I was in first grade, I was 6. I was 6 years old. So I would have been, so if I was 5, yeah, you're 3 years older. Yeah. So you would have been, because if I was in first, you would have been in 4th. See, here's the serious conversation now. Because once we get into this whole age debate, right? You know, because here, and we just had this conversation the other day. She said, Maurice, anytime anyone looks at our pictures, even for an example, when she said, remember your mom had a picture, right? And the lady saw the picture and like, there go that's your son with all his kids. Kava's sitting in the picture. Clear as day. She don't look like a kid, but
I did.
But everyone thinks that Kava is one of my children.
Why is that, babe?
I have zero idea.
Oh, you had an idea the other night when we were talking. Go ahead, share with the people what you think the idea is. Why people assume that I'm one of your children.
I did not have. See, this is why we're meant to be.
Right. Because
we're just we go together. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh goodness, he can't get it out, but he's trying to sing the song to Grease, y'all. So
it just keeps popping up in my head.
That's just, we're gonna play it when we get off this podcast. I'm gonna play it just for you.
But
yes, babe.
First of all, I don't remember because I have selective memory. So I don't remember what I said.
If y'all can see my face.
I'm just being honest. I have selective memory.
Mm-hmm. Don't say that. Don't play with that. You don't have selective memory.
I do have selective memory. All of us, everybody has selective memory.
Mm-hmm.
You remember what you want to remember. Or maybe I have selective, I want to tell a story. Okay. Maybe that's better.
That's better. Much better.
So, I mean, why don't you brought it up? Because I don't remember what I said, though.
You tried to say it's because of my height.
I mean,
but we're in a picture. How can people tell my height?
How can they?
Right.
I don't know.
We were sitting down, so.
Anyway, I mean, everyone says,
so then I had said I was vertically challenged, and then that's when you bust out and laughed.
But. I don't understand. Just because I have gray hair on my chinny chin. You
didn't have it on that picture.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You can't go gray now.
I'm sorry.
Blame it on that.
Okay, maybe you do not maybe look like you're 75.
Yes, I do not look like I'm 75. I would agree.
Whereas I probably do. I think I do.
You would be a remarkable 75-year-old if people looked at you and... So, speaking of that.
Yes.
Have you received a senior discount yet? Have you?
First of all.
Yes, babe.
I'm not even old enough to get AARP yet.
Okay, well, I get the emails and the mailings all the time. But back to my question. Have you received a senior discount yet?
I have not.
Wow.
Because
it's a nice thing every Tuesday. I've only received it once. But the lady was quite generous. She was like, can I ask you a question? I was like, why are you whispering? How old are you? So I said, I'm almost 50. She said, oh, okay. And she put the button and gave me a senior discount.
So I am not. I'm close enough. But not.
Right. But you're trying to blame the fact that people think that you're older than I on your gray beard.
You thought I was older than you when we first met. I was still only 19 years old.
Like, you was an old man. People say old soul. You have old soul all over.
I mean, I can't help that.
You can't.
I can't help that.
Look at you. You're singing. You're forgetting things and selective memory. Like them old people that just walk around humming to themselves. Do you know what
the witches did? Like stuff like that.
Right.
Because so long story short. So I went to go help my mom, right? Carv, I didn't say this to you earlier.
Uh-oh.
I went to go help my mom today, and I had taken out her trash, right? And so I took out the trash. You know, I'm downstairs in the basement, take it out the back of the house, so forth and so on. So I am coming in, I lock everything up. So I'm about to come up the steps and from the basement. So I was actually humming, and my mom yelled, "Maurice, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, Mom." So she's like, "Oh, that's you humming. I thought you fell down the steps or you hurt or something."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because what it is that because I was walking up the steps and I don't walk light. I'm not terribly light on my feet, So I was walking like bloom, bloom, bam, bam. So my mom thought I had fallen down the steps and just yeah.
Oh,
that's not a really.
Yeah, she thought you fell. She thought you fell. Excuse me.
Fall. Yes.
So.
I don't know, if we're really meant to be together anymore after this conversation.
We are meant to be together forever and ever.
Mm-hmm. This episode was brought to you by a dental hygienist because we have laughing gas.
No.
We now have a stock of it over here. If anyone would like some.
Lies. It's our joy.
Whatever it might be.
Whatever it might be.
It's contagious. Kyle, do you think we could sell this contagion?
This contagiousness of love, laughing.
Yeah. Can we sell this? Can we bottle
No.
this?
It's contagious. If people come around us and they listen to this podcast and they're hanging out with us, then yeah, they laugh. They,
We hope that y'all enjoyed this show, this episode. This was rather fun. This was very much unexpected. I didn't expect to be laughing like this. And
yeah, because it was a serious question, I guess.
It started, the pre-show part, yeah, it was a serious idea. For whatever reason, we just brought the jokiness into the show.
We?
Huh?
Yes. You, not me.
Well, I hope that you and your partner can have as much joy and laughter that we have.
Yes.
I hope so. I hope that you have it with your family members during the holidays. I hope that you can enjoy this type of laughter on your trips and whatever it might be. I hope that you are enjoying this moment with us. Welcome to our neighborhood. If y'all could see her face, she is turning red.
You have the red light on. What are you talking? Oh my goodness. On another episode, y'all, we're going to talk about these lights that he has throughout the house that you can talk to, and they change colors and whatever. So right now, one of them is red. And I guess it's bouncing off the wall onto my lovely face. Or maybe I'm just glowing with love.
What song do you want me to sing? Pick a song. Just, you know what? We thank y'all for listening today. No more songs.
This week's episode has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.